Hello YouTube, my name is Flightsimguy. Today I'm going to be doing a review of this recently released aircraft from Carenado. It's the Piper PA-32T, I think. And if this plane looks familiar, it's because the current title of Best Aircraft in Piper PA-31T class is held by Digital Aviation. Published by Airsoft. They released their version back in 2007, and I want to say that and maybe one or two other add-ons is probably the only products they're well known for. Point though, Digital Aviation's implementation of this aircraft for me is one of the best add-ons for FSX or FS9. It is near perfect, and even after 10 years of being on the market, Airsoft still sells many dozens every month. A little background to get off on a tangent here. I read today that some hackers at Google or wherever discovered a really bad zero-day exploit in Microsoft, in all the Microsoft operating systems. And what it does is Microsoft has a built-in scanner, Windows Defender, that routinely scans the hard drive if you don't have antivirus software on there. Anyway, what it does is if they can package the exploit so that even if you receive an email and you don't open it, if it's on the drive, once the scanner picks it up, it opens a hole and hackers come into your system. So it's a really nasty bug. They got the word out, they told Microsoft, and I think Microsoft just patched it because I turned my damn computer on and couldn't do anything for like half an hour. The hard drive kept going and going and going and going. Active Skynex took 20 minutes to load. P3D, forget about it. You know what I'm saying? And that's after I came home and turned my computer on and went, to change and get comfortable, knowing it takes God knows how long for the damn thing to settle down. Anyway, enough of that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kill two birds with one stone. We're going to fly the next leg of the Caribbean tour from Antigua to Martinique. I've loaded the flight plan. I'm going to fly it with this aircraft. Now before we go inside, I probably should put some fuel in the tanks. Hang on. Alright, I just put about 35% fuel in both tanks. The total distance, according to the flight plan, which I don't have in front of me, is about 192 miles or so. That means it's going to take us about an hour and a half in this turboprop. Let's take a look at the outside textures. First of all, this is 100% 4K textures, and it took a while to load. Okay, what that means is it's hard on your frames. In fact, let me turn on the frame counter here. Well, I'm getting plenty of frames there. I'm in P3D. It's very hard on the frames. So for each livery or each version that they offer a light version where I guess they use 2K textures, and it should be easier on your computer. Okay, so let's just get a close-up look at the details. I mean, look at that. That is just absolutely fantastic. Carenado always makes good eye candy when it comes to airplanes, and obviously the Digital Aviation version, it looks good, but not as good as this because that was released 10 years ago. Okay, alright, 39 bucks from FS Pilot Shop. And being Carenado, it probably supports shared cockpit, so this would be a good plane to do some shared cockpit work on VATSIM, training, having fun, whatever. Alright, let's go ahead and hop into the cockpit. When it loaded up running, so I had to power everything down. Okay, and this looks pretty much like the Digital Aviation version. However, the dials here are more 2D. I mean, I know they're 3D, but the Digital Aviation version has a little bit more depth, and I think what I'm going to do is load that plane up. Do I have it here? Yeah, let me go ahead and load. Well, let me go ahead and save this first. Save. And I want to say I have Digital Aviation's version installed in P3D. Let me see if it is. Alright, so it appears Microsoft is still doing shit to my computer because that hard drive light has not turned off since the computer has been on. Alright, let me see if I can find it. Ah, here it is, Digital Aviation. Alright, let's go ahead and load one. Alright, so here is the Digital Aviation implementation of the same plane. Now, as you can see, it has more quote-unquote depth to the knobs and dials. It's obviously not the same texture level. And if you look on the outside, it looks good, but obviously not as good as the Carenado one because it is written or developed 10 years earlier. I tell you what, this plane, it's just a lot of fun to fly. And, you know, the sounds, everything is simulated. There's very few in here that's not simulated. And for the longest while, this has been my favorite. Now, I know how this plane flies. So for me, what I'm going to do is when I fly from Antigua to Martinique, I'm going to compare it against this. And I have a good idea as to how it's going to perform. Okay? So this is the benchmark that it's being compared to. Get this back up here. Also, this implementation, if you move the props here, it actually moves on the outside. Carenado doesn't do that. On the flip side, the Carenado implementation is more accurate because this requires hydraulic pressure, I believe, to turn the governor. And the plane's not on, so I don't think it's supposed to be doing this. But, you know, they added that to add that finishing touch. You know, a little polish, even though it's not very real. And it also comes with the tow bar, and you can also turn on the power card, the GPU power card, and a couple other things. So let's go back to my original scenario. Oops, shit. Cancel. Scenario load. Let's go ahead and go back and load my original flight. Hard drive is still going. I'm at the mercy of Microsoft. I swear to God, it's not bad enough they upgraded me to Windows 10 when I didn't want to, and now they keep doing this shit. I swear to God, I'm gonna, you know, it's probably time to upgrade my rig with regards to dropping a new hard drive in there or whatever. I'm just gonna put Windows 7 on there because I'm getting tired of this crap. Let's get rid of this. So this is what I just bought, and as you can see, you know, more details on the textures and whatnot. So, all right. Let's go through the shift keys. Shift 1 brings up the GPS. Shift 2 brings up the autopilot. It's good to know. Shift 3 brings up, that looks like some sort of flight management computer interface or something. Shift 4, that's just good. You can open the passenger door, baggage door, can hide the co-pilot. I'm not going to hide it since he's there. And let's look on the outside. And the baggage compartments here show empty, but I actually loaded them up with almost full luggage. So I'm carrying nearly full load of passengers and luggage. Interestingly, these turboprops, they're very powerful. I don't have the specs on me. I know that with the Beach King Air, you can load out the fuel, load out the passenger, load out the cargo, and still have plenty of takeoff weight. I'm guessing maybe the same with this, but we're not going to chance it. And I did not read any other documentation. I have a good idea as to how this plane flies, so I'm just going to wing it. Go back into the cockpit. Shift, what's that, 5? 4. And let's go ahead and close the passenger door. Close the baggage. And let's carry on with our shift keys. Shift 5. You can set that to cold and dark, ready for taxi, whatever. Shift 6. Some more stuff here. And Shift 7 goes back to that. Probably should get a weather briefing. And should I fly this IFR? Yes, I'm going to go ahead and fly this IFR. Let's take a look. And these are our throttle levers. These are the propeller. Whoa. What's this? Oh, feather. That's F2. Whoa, F2. Let's see here. That's the thrust reverse. Okay. Get that back up there. Propeller, decrease, feather. Okay. And this is your run. Think of it as your fuel cutoff. Um, these turboprops, once you start them up, you got to stand on the brakes, so I run away with you. Down here is your autopilot. Here's your rudder trim. Here's your, no, this is the aileron trim. Here's your trim. No, this is trim up. Yeah, that's a trim. And this is also your trim wheel. Heading select. Autopilot. Nav 1, Nav 2. It's got a wing flap selector right here. This is your radio altimeter, set to 200. Your standard instruments are right here. Engine instruments right here. And these are your moving map, and I'm not sure what this is. We'll find out when we power it up. Transponder. And up here you have your lights, battery master, some gauges up here. Are these more lights? No, these are your anti-ice and heating systems. Panel lights, starters, ignition, fuel pump. Alright. Let's go ahead and turn this on and get us a weather briefing. Okay. Master caution. Click on that. Avionics master on. Okay, nothing there. VHF comm. And I know my avionics is on. Okay. Here we go.
Tango.
There we go. This is actually COM 2.
Tango, Alpha, Papa, Alpha, airport information, Golf 2, 0.
Alright. Now this is COM 2, which makes me wonder where the hell is COM 1. It says a lot for, nope, not back there. This needs to be down here. COM 2. This is COM 1. I hate when they do that. Turn that on. That's your on and off switch. And this is COM 1. This is nav 1. Switch up here. And then I can tune 122.0. Like so. Right. And put this to COM 1.
Tango, Alpha, Papa, Alpha, airport information, Hotel 2,
I should know this. I've seen this implementation before. COM 1 and nav 1 is in this radio right here. And COM 2 and nav 2, I guess they're considered backups, are outside right here. Alright, so here's where we are. And we're going to be going essentially a straight line heading south. I'll go ahead and follow ATC. And this over here, press any key to continue, appears to be another moving map. Okay. Has a weather radar right there. Okay, it's another flight computer. Oh, there we go. Map, weather, and flight plan, and some other things. Probably won't be needing this during our flight. Alright, let's go ahead and get started. Let's get an ATIS briefing. Alright. Let's see if I remember how to start this. Alright, so I got the battery master on. Next thing I want to do is turn on my strobe. Position lights. Okay. And these are my heating systems. I'm in the Caribbean. I don't need them. Let's go ahead and start with the number 2 engine. Now the process is you got to turn on the fuel pump. Okay. Turn on the ignition. Okay. This rocker switch has two things, on and off. Same with the fuel pump. With the Piper Cheyenne from Digital Aviation, those rocker switches have 3 positions. Now that could be a reflection of the aircraft itself. So, and starter. Alright. Put ignition to auto. Generator. And then fuel pump. Center. Over here. Fuel pump. Ignition on. Starter. There we go. Just move that forward. And that should get the left engine going. Okay, both engines are started and they're idling. And it's wanting to take off like a rocket. Let's go ahead and turn on progressive taxi. Okay, that ticking is the igniters. And here the igniters for both engines work at the same time. Taxi light on. There we go. I'm using my left and right mouse clicker here. Alright. And here's the annunciator panel. Got no lights. Alright, shift to P. Let's see how well this bird taxis. Oh, it's turning by itself. That is weird. Okay. Alright. Alright, here we go. Now, it's turboprop, so it takes a little bit of time for the engines to respond when you give it gas. Alright, once it gets rolling, it should be good. Sit up a little bit higher. Okay. So here's the entrance to the runway. 25 and 7. Alright, let's get our clearance. Now this is a turboprop. I probably don't need all this runway to take off. Let's go ahead and get set up here. Runway 7. Let's go ahead and see if this works. Yep, it does. Let's see if this works also. Yes, it does. Just click, hold it, and then you can move it wherever you want it to. Runway 7. That's about right there. Okay. We're clear to 8,000 feet. That's our initial altitude. I could fly this manually, but I'm not. Grab this, set it to 8,000. There we go. And here's autopilot controls, heading select, Alt, Nav, AP on and off. Alright. Let's go ahead and taxi down to the foot of the runway and we'll get on our way. Now remember, we're kind of heavy here, so normally when I fly this plane in the past, I'm not loaded down. This time I am. And we'll see how that's going to work out. Alright, let's get going. Bring my rudder pillows up. And we're going to go ahead and take it up to, hold the brakes, take it up to 50. Let the engines rev up. And then we're going to take it up to about 90. Come off the gas. Okay, notice my RPM is right at the red line. Don't want it going any higher. Okay, now that cockpit chick is very, very nice. We're going to rotate at about 100. the up trim. Positive rate, gear up. 230. Okay. I don't have any flaps down. Turn right, heading 230. Climb and maintain 8,000. It's a little bit hazy up there. Okay, we're getting into the red zone with regards to our speed. Let's trim up a little bit. Okay, we're getting on course, and we're getting into the soup. That's fine. And let's go ahead and keep the climb speed at about 2,800, 3,000 feet per minute. It's going to keep our forward speed in check. So far, I'm really liking this bird. It is sweet. Resume on navigation. Let's go ahead and zoom in. Zooming out. For a second I thought P3D froze up on me. I'm trying to trim down to reduce my climb speed, because we're going to be getting up there. And it's not wanting to go down. Oh, shit. Let's see here. Ah! There. Arm. Alright. So we're kind of sort of in business. Okay, we're still climbing. And let's go ahead and put it on GPS. Now we don't have to worry about my course. Alright, let's take a look. Let's see what the view change has to offer. Copilot. Center pedestal. That's center pedestal. I'm not sure what the hell this is. What is this? And why is it upside down? Fuel on. Firewall shut off. Okay. Okay. That's good to know. I have a bad feeling about this. Alright. This is a first for me. I've actually crashed P3D. Oh, there we go. It came back to me. Whew, thank God. These are your breakers, which I'm pretty sure is not simulated. Fire extinguishers are simulated. De-icing. Oh. We're coming up to altitude, I think. Okay, what's the master caution complaining about? Ah, here we go. Cabin pressure. Alright, well, you know, we're not flying a real plane here, so, you know. But, let's go ahead and fix that. Alright, the pressurization controls, I want to say, are on this side. Ah, here it is. Cabin comfort. Let's get this out of the way. Well, I know the pressurization button's there on this side over here. Since it's a simulator, we don't have to worry about it, so I'm not worried about it. Let me get this thing back. So now, here we go. And my hard drive is still maxed out. Thanks, Windows. Oh, back here is a cabin, which is pretty sweet, as usual. Obviously, it's going to look pretty, you know. get back to the pilot seat. And let's shut this up. There we go. Cabin pressure. And what's our altitude? 12,000 feet. Pick that up very nicely. We can go up faster. There's a vertical speed button here. I just need to find it. There's a VS button here that will allow you to increase your vertical speed. Or it should be there, because it's not wanting to go up any further, and I'm going pretty fast. Alright, so what I'm going to do is turn off the autopilot. Alright, pull back on the stick. Let's gain some altitude, lead off some speed. Alright, let's go ahead and click over here. As long as we're flying in the general right direction, we should be good. RPM is still pretty far, close to the firewall. I need to bring the props back once I'm done climbing. There we go. Keep it at about 1,500 feet per minute. Alright. And these are my waypoints. Flight plan. Here's the flight plan right here. And here's my destination. And this is just the regular, Garmin, stuff. So nothing to be crazy about there. Okay. We're still climbing, a little bit off though. I know there's a VS button in these planes that allow you to trim up. Here, airspeed, nav, blah blah blah. Getting off course. We're still heading up. Angle of attack indicator, very handy. You're green, yellow, about to stall. That's pretty cool. Let's see, what else we got here? Outside ambient temperature. Oh! Ah, okay. The pressurization is on this side. Okay. Alright, what's the current cabin altitude? It's still going up. Here's how you tune your nav radios. Scroll wheel, inner and outer. And with regards to, that's nav 2. For nav 1, what you gotta do is, you gotta click to come down here. This swaps the nav 1 frequencies, and you move your cursor like this. This puts the cursor to nav, puts it back to comm, and then you change the frequencies here, and then you swap them up here. Departure 119.1. Yeah, okay, cool. Alright, we're still climbing. And something is still happening to my computer. The hard drive light has been on 100% since it's booted up. Has not taken a break. And in the process, it's causing stuttering. See? My computer screen almost froze. It did freeze earlier for a little bit. Here, it's going back and forth. I'm getting good frames though, 45 to 55. Let's see how we look on the outside. We're looking good. Yep, everything looks great. Alright, I can turn off the landing lights. Obviously, all lights should have been on. And These are some more instruments up here. These are your anti-icing systems. Got lights on the outside. And they have modeled... Oh. Easy there, buddy. Easy. Modeled it to... Am I going to finish this frickin' flight? 2 guys. Alright. Am I off course? Nope, I'm right on course. I think. Let's go ahead and zoom out. Alright. And at this point, what I can do is come off the gas and come off the props. Now I'm trying to think, which one do you have to do first? Going up, you want to come off the props first, I think. And probably take it down to 20. There we go. And then come off the gas. Fuel flow or torque, what's it? Fuel flow, let's just take it down to about 50. There we go. And our indicated airspeed is 140 knots at 20,000 feet. That is not too shabby. As long as it's not trying to climb. Let's go ahead and dial this back. There we go. Alright. Oh, right. Okay, now I remember what I was going to do. The most important thing. Okay. Being a traditional guy and being a traditional simmer, I'm not going to read anything. I'm going to try and figure shit out by myself. Alright, so this thing right here is obviously a weather radar. So that tells me there's a weather radar on the nose of this thing. How do we get there? So now these buttons here. Alright. What is this? Scale, sim. Not exactly sure what this is. Is this fuel management? Nautical miles, ETE. Nope, this is just flight plan stuff. Trip. Nearest airport nearest position. Well, sure, you can get this information over here, can't you? Auxiliary. So it's just information. Airport filter. These buttons are simulated. These buttons are simulated. Radar. Alright, here we go. Okay, once it's on radar, these buttons aren't selectable anymore. Neither are these. Range. Alright, so you can tune your radar range here. Weather, and obviously it's going to pick up precipitation if it's going to pick up precipitation. Okay, let's come back. Okay, on this side, okay, I'm not sure what I just did. Oh, okay, it's just showing the nearest nav aids. That's pretty cool. Good job. Alright, that's fine. Trip. These buttons don't do anything. Oh, what is this? Oh, wow, look at this. This is so freaking cool. I can actually select airport information for where I'm going, and it shows all the frequencies right here. Back to trip. TFF info. Okay, so it shows you the destination information. Alright, I know I'm in the Caribbean. How far away we are? We are 61 miles. We should be getting the ATIS pretty soon. Obviously this airport, this landmass is not our destination. It's the one above, beyond it. Alright, let's get back over here. What else can we get? What is this? These buttons don't do Is this like a ground radar? TAWS? Terrain Awareness Warning System? Is that what that is? Range. Yeah, it's got to be something to do with terrain. Back to moving map. Okay, this is pretty cool. Weather overlay. Let's turn that on. Base map. None. Whoa! Terrain. Okay, now this shit can get confusing because it's showing south this way, and this map is showing south that way. So yeah, that can jack you up. Declutter. View north. Up. Okay. So essentially, forward. There we go. So essentially, this is a more realistic implementation of this. This is your FSX GPS for the most part. I'm sorry, not GPS. G1000, where you have your COM one and your nav one on and off, and you know, your GPS overall. This one here, it doesn't seem to allow you to. This is read only, whereas this one you can interface and you know, plot a new course and whatnot. Okay, 56 miles. What else we got? Can test all my lights here. I'm pretty sure this works. Right click. All the lights on. Okay. Remember, folks, I'm tuned to nav 2. And there's the Aegis. Let's go ahead and make some notes. Alright. Alright, I'm coming down obviously much faster than you'd want to, only because ATC is being a jerk. I'll go ahead and turn on the autopilot once we are at our destination altitude. And I'm already set up for the approach. 109.9. Jeez. Always got to double check your frequencies, folks. There. All right. I'm good to go for the ILS. 42 miles out. Oh, drifting a little bit away here. Coming down to 13,000 feet. Alright. Make sure heading select is on. Alright, we're coming up. So I can go ahead and turn on the autopilot. And heading select. There we go. There we are. And that is armed. So we should start leveling off. Slow for me. Also, when I turn off the autopilot, I'm turning off the autopilot and the yaw damper. They're both, it's like two switches next to each other, which is a good thing. It's easy to forget. When you engage the autopilot, you need to engage the yaw damper also. Alright, let's just go ahead and get down to 10,000. Real fast and be done with it. Alright, that's it. There we go. Oh, I overshot my altitude. Son of a bitch. Arm.
Diet 069er, you are 300 below your
Alright.
assigned altitude. Turn left heading 200, climb and maintain 10,000. Altimeter 2987.
Alright. My props forward. Oh, it's gonna try and climb.
Diet 069er, please acknowledge. Turn left heading 200, climb and maintain 10,000. Diet 069er.
Turn left heading what? 200. Okay. I thought I was on 200. Alright, we're getting back up. Alright, so I still haven't figured out how to control the vertical speed. There's gotta be something. This right here is your simple trim, which is fine. This button isn't modeled.
Diet 069er, descend and maintain 2,200.
Descend and maintain.
Descend and maintain 2,200.
Alright.
Diet 069er.
2200. Oh, there we go. Arm. Alright. Coming down. Unlike piston engines, you can idle the throttle in turboprops. Why? Because you don't have to worry about shock cooling. And what's our prop saying? We'll bring the prop back to about 19 or 8. 19.
Diet
Okay.
069er, please expedite your descent to 2,200.
Alright. Okay, it's not lacking 500 feet per minute. There is got to be a way to increase my rate of descent. I don't know how to do it. That's the one thing about this plane that I haven't figured out yet. But the only way to fix that is turn off the autopilot and trim down manually.
Diet 069er, please expedite your descent to 2,200.
Still haven't figured out how to manipulate vertical speed. It's usually right within range of the autopilot. I want to say this speed performance probably has something to do with it. Drifting off course. Okay, I can pitch down some more. And what we will do, folks, is we will go ahead and just check out how the autopilot tracks the ILS. We're going to runway 9, so let's go ahead and get set up for that. Let's put that right here. What's our heading? We're still a little bit off. Go. This plane is very, very nice. .31 miles out. Yeah, tuning the ADF was a little bit hokey. And as you can see, the ADF is pointing along with the VOR pointer. The fact that the airport is over there somewhere. But the AI ATC is obviously getting me set up for ILS on runway 9. Which should show up on here eventually. You should see the little ILS feather. Okay, we're tearing through 6,000 feet. In fact, let's look at these right here. Autopilot, yaw damp, nav arm, nav coupled, rev look, approach arm. I don't see anything about speed. Again. There we go. right. Let's look at the fuel status. Not sure if it's an illusion here, but this tank hasn't moved. Oh, wait a second here. Have I been sucking from one tank? Shit, where's the fuel? Oh, wow. Alright, we're gonna have to check that out after we land. Yeah, we're gonna have to check that out after we land. We're sucking from one tank.
Turn left heading 160, descend and maintain 2,200. Turn left heading 160, descend and maintain 2,200.
Turn left heading 160. Okay, 160. Alright, I can go ahead and turn on the other pilot. On this. Alright, oops. 160. Alright, so there's a little issue here. We've been sucking gas from one tank, and right now the plane is gonna be off even or off centered when I'm trying to land. Alright, let's go ahead and put my props back a little bit. Keep my speed up. Oh, getting ready to stall. There we go. Yep. Well, the angle of attack indicator thingy works. We've confirmed that. Alright, let's try to maintain 2200. Props full forward. Get us back up there. So, somewhere around here, there is a cross feed, and I want to say this is it. And that's the reason why that view was made present. Alright. Okay, we overshot our altitude. And we got the ILS.
Gaia 069, turn right heading 195.
195.
Turn right heading 195. Gaia 069.
Oh, right. 195. That should be about right there. Yeah, let's take a look. Alright, what the what's this? Fuel cross feed. On. Fuel. I can't read it, it's upside down. Fuel cross feed off. You know what? I'm not gonna fuck with that. Not now. I'm almost there. Almost there. It's gonna be hard landing because I'm gonna be off balanced, but not by much. 100, less than 100 pounds. All right. Okay. Should be giving me my final vectors to the runway any second now. That's Martinique. If my Caribbean history serves me well, there's a volcano in Martinique. It's not extinct, it's active. The last time it erupted was when I was a kid back in Jamaica. It spewed ashes everywhere. France had to send troops down to help settle things. Martinique, I want to say, is still a French colony. I'm pretty sure it is. Alright. Vestiges and remnants of colonialization of the New World. Alright, what are we? 22 miles. 22 miles. As you can see, ILS is 22.7 and the VOR is 22.3. Both transmitters are pretty much near the same location. Let's take a look here. And I noticed you can't pop this out. Actually, yep, you can't pop it out. Oh, look at that. I guess that's the airport, and here I am right here. Pop it back in. Close window. Pop it back in. You just have to click on the top to pop it out. Pop it back in. And I assume you can do the same with this one. There we go. Good job, Carenado. Good job. Alright. Alright, I should be getting my orders to make 9. It's about 150. And here's my little glide slope thingy. I'm 19 miles out. For those of you who have watched my ILS tutorial, this is a textbook approach. See how off balanced I am. Oh wow, way off. All because I've been sucking from the wrong tank. Are we slowing down? No, we're at approach speed. Alright. Here is my runway. I should be getting a right turn any day now. See? These are all pointed in the same direction. Tracking to the VOR and the ADF on the field. And I need to speed up. What I need to do, it's too late now. I'm just gonna be off balance when I land. Oh well. Oh, I'm gonna be way off balance. My fuel is in those things at the end of the wings. And one is a full, I'd say 100 pounds. It's not too bad. 3, 4, yeah, about 100 pounds off. Come on, you're gonna give me my turn. Could cancel the IFR and just come in by myself, but got some bad news today. The chief pilot of Icon Aircraft, that's that outfit that makes those toys, that amphibian light sports aircraft. You know, you drive it to the lake and whatever, and you know, like you're towing a boat. Put it in the lake, the wings fold down, fire it up, and you can fly. Well, one of those crashed today, killing chief test pilot and one other guy. I guess they were testing some stuff. And it's funny, since we're on the subject, when Microsoft Flight premiered, that was the aircraft that it came out with, the Icon A5 light sports aircraft, which turned off a lot of simmers because that plane is not even designed for people like aviation. It's just for rich people who want to play around with their toys. So, you know, pretty sure that had a lot to do with why flight didn't take off. Anyway, it was very sad hearing that story. That plane is always, you know, if I have the money, I'd probably buy one. One of the big selling points is they have one of these, angle of attack indicator, which didn't do them any good this time, but whatever. Alright, should be getting my turn, my instructions to turn left any second now. And according to this, I should be intercepting any second now. Alright, so let's see what this thing does. And I need to slow down, coming in way too fast. There we go.
Turn right heading 270, proceed on course, climb and maintain 6,000, Pacifica 7714.
flaps 1.
00, Pacifica 7714.
Shit. Props full forward. Stalling. There we go. Alright, autopilot's coming off. Alright.
Pacifica 7714. Contact tower code
Alright.
123.
Sorry, I had to turn off the autopilot there.
123.7.
Plane was getting away from me. Alright, I should be making the needle. Should be moving any second now. And I'm at 2500. That's too high. Let's come on down. Okay, let's go ahead and arm that. I can go ahead and turn this back on. There we go. Zero, heading, there we go. Okay, we're 11 miles out. This will get us into the glide path. Alright, we should be intercepting it momentarily. We're almost perfectly lined up. Alright, let's go ahead and arm the approach hold again. Coming in way too fast. Alright. 9 miles. Oh. There it is right there. Alright, let's go ahead and use this anyway. It's turning to capture it. Am I still at flaps 1? Yes, I'm still at flaps 1. And I'm... Whoa, what are you doing? Shit. Oh, arm. Let's try that again. See, it's trying to climb to get to this, so let's go ahead and turn this down. There we go. At this point, I can just fly it in manually. I'm trying to get it to capture. Get captured here, buddy. Alright, it's turning to intercept. It's looking good. I need to slow down. I'm already at flaps 1. Props full forward. Gump. Gas on the carriage. I need to slow down until I'm well into the white to lower the gear. And we're getting lined up right here. It's looking good. Let's see if it corrects. Are you correcting? I got the damn approach hold on. What the fuck is this thing doing? Oh, for the love of it. Okay. 1,200 feet. You get armed, gear down. Can you hold it? Approach coupled. Alright. Autopilot off. Guess I have to do this myself. Alright. Gear down. I have one notch of flaps left. Let's go ahead and pitch down. Pretty sure. Don't you dare crash on me. Our drive lights going 100%. Alright. Slow down. Pull the nose up. Bring it down to about... Put the angle of attack indicator into the white. Only has 2 sets for flaps. Approach and land. Okay. Full flaps. Okay, I'm fully configured for landing. Let's go ahead and bring this bird in. Now I've noticed with this aircraft, the engine takes a while to respond. So on short final, you want to be at least at 50%. See how high up I am with regards to engine power. Look at your angle of attack indicator. I'm well in the white, touching the green. I have 3 reds over white. I'm a little bit low, but for a plane like this, that's not a problem. Hold it at about 100. Okay, I'm back in the glide path. And unlike regular, don't do this to me. Unlike regular piston planes, I'm not going to stall it above the runway to land. I'm going to land it on the runway like I'm flying a jet. Like that. Okay, got a nice cockpit rumble there. Alright. Flaps up. Oh, nice. A little shake right there adds a very nice touch. Alright. Let's go ahead and get off the runway. This has been a pleasant surprise, a very nice treat. We'll come down here. There's another plane taxiing right there. We don't want to get in his way. Like I said, there's a mountain, there's a volcano around here, I think. Is it Martinique? Or is it... There is a Caribbean island that has an active volcano. I don't remember if it's Martinique. Okay, this doesn't take you to the GA parking, or to the gates. But I'll just go ahead and park it right here and get a few replays. Oh, this has been a treat. An unexpected surprise. Alright, there we go. Park this. Alright, let's get some replays. Alright, we're back. The replays and the turboprop is not as much fun as in a jet. Anyway. Where did my things go? Alright. Okay, I'm only moving these out of the way so I can get access to these things. Bring that down. Bring that down. There we go. Also, the that annoying beeping noise. Digital Aviation's Cheyenne does exactly the same damn thing. Alright, let's go ahead and power that off. And bring everything back. And last but not least, make sure that these are in order. There we go. And it should be in the middle. Yeah, these switches are rocker switches. You have to experiment with the left and right mouse click. And the whole time I was flying with on only one generator. How about that? There we go. That should be right there. And that should be in the middle. I had the fuel pump on. Didn't need to have the fuel pump on. And those are all good. And last but not least, battery master. And that's it. This was actually a very pleasant experience. Well done, Carenado. The one thing I haven't figured out yet is this right here. Alright, what is that? Fuel crossfeed off. On. I should have had that on so that the fuel tanks could be in balance. Fuel on. Firewall shut off. Left tank off. I'm not exactly sure what these do. Fuel on. Oh, fuel on, firewall shut off. Oh. This should have been on though. Alright. I think that's it. What's this? Oh, they gave you a view for your cabin pressurization. That's pretty cool. Cabin rate of change, and this right here, and this is simulated, and this is simulated also. Cool. Alright, I recorded this video one complete long shot, so, and I blabbed throughout most of it. But yeah, really good plane. Actually worth it. It's actually better, in my opinion, it's better than the Digital Aviation Airsoft implementation of the same thing. Anyway, that's all I have for today. I'm in Martinique. I'm not sure where my next route is. I probably should take this for a fly around the island and check out the volcano. That said, these islands are all pretty small. There goes a jet right there. But it makes for some good flying. Alright, that's all I have for now. Flightsimguy here. Thank you very much for watching. I will see you next time.